this Flutecast, which is gig rig number 2. That's a backing track that I'm playing on my iPod. We took a look at how to set up backing tracks on iPods. This is a track called Far Away. It's in D minor for D minor flute, but I've coded it a D gypsy, GYP, 20 cents flat, which matches this flute under most circumstances that I'm going to play, especially when I'm sitting down. Good for background and performance. 22 minutes long, which means I loop this track. This track was done by, let's see, it's written right on there, Julie Harris and Celine Daly, old friends of mine who I was collaborating with on an internet collaboration to do collaborative music, and they put up this gorgeous track. I did a flute solo over it, but I asked them if I could use this backing track. They were accommodating and said, sure, go ahead, and so I get to use it in this situation. It's particularly noticeable that I'm playing the flute without any reverb, and you'll notice the background track has lots of reverb, and my flute has none. So that's something we'd like to fix this time. We're going to fix it in several ways during this series. I, later on in this series, will use a unit called a VLT, a Voice Live Touch, which has effects, but that's not the way we're going to do it today. We're going to do it an easier way. We're going to take the mixer. The mixer is the heart of this. Remember, our setup is microphone into mixer, backing tracks on the iPod into the mixer, and that's it, going into my headphones. Into the headphones. Right now it's going into a house system and back into my headphones, or you could go out here into a little Bose speaker I had, or any speaker system. That's our setup, and all we're going to do to add effects is to swap out the mixer. This is a $60 Mackie Mix 5 mixer with no effects, and we're going to swap it for a mixer that I have that has effects. I have one down here. I have this Alesis, and as this has been in other Flutecasts, this is an Alesis Multimix 8 Firewire. It's a fairly old unit. It cost me about, I think, around $250. It was out of date like within a month after I purchased it. Much of the world uses USB now instead of Firewire. This is a Firewire version. And this unit is also available in a 4-channel version. And that 4-channel version has effects. You can plug it by USB into your computer. And this unit, in the 4-channel version, I think runs around $120. So notice I'm recommending, or I'm showcasing, units by Mackie and units by Alesis. There are less expensive units. I believe there is a mixer with effects that is somewhat less expensive, or slightly less expensive, by Behringer, and I tend not to use that. I've tried Behringer products, and for what I do, and I think for native flute, Behringer isn't quite aligned with the kind of sounds that we're looking for. So I'm going to do the swap. I'm going to do the swap live for one mixer for the other. And, well, we're going to speed it up a little bit as I do it, but you can watch me do it at speed, thanks to the magic of video production. Here we go. Now, one of the things I'd like to point out is, first of all, you've got to test out the mixer the first time you do it. And notice the first time I turn this, you hear the grit in the backing track. A lot of times I find that when you turn on a piece of equipment for the first time, especially if it hasn't been used in forever, I keep my mixers over in this closet over here. Okay, so they're fairly well protected. However, they still get dust in them, and if you're going to, the knobs that you're going to use, they're in the microphone. I just turn them a fair amount, back and forth. back and forth their full range. So now I have effects. I have a lot of effects on here. I have 99 effects in this unit, and I just dial in the effect I want, program number, and hit the little button, and I get that effect. You can look up the set of effects in the manual, but I'm just going to use the Hall reverb, which is the first effect, possibly the most popular effect, and we're going to dial in some of that on my voice. Here we go. There it is. There's on my voice. And the more I do, the more canyon effect I get. Now, one of the things you're going to find challenging is when you speak into the same microphone that you play, remember to turn down the effects. Otherwise, you're talking through the canyon. You often get, "Hi, folks," that syndrome. So now I've got effects in the mixer. This is a fairly large mixer, obviously. It's slightly running over the space of my really cool trays that attach right to the mic stand. And the 4-channel version will, of course, be much smaller and probably fit on this. And we're just going to play a little bit with this. There we go. So that's the idea. We have converted our effectless, without effects system into an effects system just by swapping out mixers. Thanks. That's it for this Flutecast. See you next time.